But you want your ways are the best ways. Take me and do as you will. I have succumbed to this passive sensation, peacefully falling away. I am your zombie, your wish will command me. Laugh as I fall to my knees. Sing it back, bring it back. Sing it back, bring it back to me. Sing it back, bring it back. Sing it back, bring it back to me. When you are ready, I will surrender. Take me and do as you wish. But you want your ways are the best ways. Take me and do as you wish. Sing it back, bring it back. Sing it back, bring it back to me. Sing it back, bring it back. Sing it back, bring it back to me. When you are ready, I have succumbed to this passive sensation, peacefully falling away. I am your zombie, your wish will command me. Laugh as I fall to my knees. Sing it back, bring it back. Sing it back, bring it back to me. Sing it back, bring it back. Sing it back, bring it back to me. Sing it back, bring it back. Sing it back, bring it back to me. Sing it back, bring it back. Sing it back, bring it back to me.
Me complace amarte, disfruto acariciarte y ponerte a mí. Es escalofriante tenerte de frente, hacerte sonreír. Daría cualquier cosa por tan primorosa, por estar siempre aquí. Y entre todas esas cosas, déjame quererte, entrégate a mí. No te fallaré, contigo yo quiero envejecer. Quiero darte un beso, perder contigo un tiempo, guardar tus secretos, cuidar tus momentos, abrazarte, esperar. Everybody knows that the dice are loaded. Everybody rolls with their fingers crossed. Everybody knows the war is over. Everybody knows the good guys lost. Everybody knows the fight was fixed. The poor stay poor, the rich get rich. That's how it goes. Everybody knows. Everybody knows that the boat is leaking. Everybody knows that the captain lied. Everybody got this broken feeling, like their father or their dog just died. Everybody talking to their pockets. Everybody wants a box of chocolates and a long stem rose. Everybody knows. didn't speak, you didn't pause, you didn't peek, you didn't wait, you didn't call, you didn't see me lose it all. You didn't ask, you didn't know, you didn't care which way I'd go. You didn't knock, you didn't try, you let it fall, you let it die.
You didn't name me in your quiet, didn't trace me in your sky. Not a whisper in your memory, not a flicker when I cried. You forgot me in the morning, left me nowhere in your mind. You never saw me breaking, not once, not ever, not this time. You spoke to the moon, but not to my ache. Built castles of pride with every mistake. I stood in the ruins, hoping you'd see, but you never looked back, not even for me.
You didn't stay, you didn't speak, you didn't pause, you didn't peek, you didn't wait, you didn't call, you didn't see me lose it all. You didn't ask, you didn't know, you didn't care which way I'd go. You didn't knock, you didn't try, you let it fall, you let it die.
You didn't name me in your quiet, didn't trace me in your sky. Not a whisper in your memory, not a flicker when I cried. You forgot me in the morning, left me nowhere in your mind. You never saw me breaking, not once, not ever, not this time. Take it easy, move it slowly, let it drift now. Oh, feel it rise, let it go. In the night, lose control. Don't say no now. Let it ride out through the sound. We don't stop now. We just flow. Slow, let it flow. Slow, let it go. Keep it moving, keep it low now. Feel the rhythm, take control now. Whoa. Don't look back, stay in time, in the groove. Clear your mind, take it easy, let it flow now. Move it slowly, don't say no now. Let it ride out through the sound. We don't stop now. We just flow. Slow, let it flow. Slow, let it go.
You don't say, but I hear it. Dark love, not the way you come close, not the way you almost leave it there. In between, something felt, never seen. I don't ask, you don't tell. Still it lands way too well. We don't try, we don't fight. Still it pulls every time. step back, then you stay. Say enough, walk away. There's a line we don't cross. Still we move through the loss. No one sees how it goes, what it takes. No one knows. No clear start, no clean end. Still it breaks, still it bends. Dark love, I can feel it. Dark love, when you're near it. Dark love comes in silence. No control, just a balance. Dark love, dark love. You don't say, but I hear it. Dark love, not the way you come close, not the way you almost leave it there. In between, something felt, never seen. I don't ask, you don't tell. Still it lands way too well. We don't try, we don't fight. Still it pulls every time. Dark love, I can feel it. Dark love, when you're near it. Dark love comes in silence. No control, just a balance. You step back, then you stay. Say enough, walk away. There's a line we don't cross. Still we move through the loss. No one sees how it goes, what it takes. No one knows. No clear start, no clean end. Still it breaks, still it bends.
Good evening or good night. You should be hearing me now. Can you confirm? Cool. Okay. So this is actually the first time when I'm talking during this stream, so we will see how this goes. Let me know if you face any um, audio or connection issues or anything like that. So, what we will need today is, well, most importantly, it will be Aveiro. And then we will need not this, and not this, and definitely not this. But we will also need Figma. And of course, our favorite GPT. Okay, just trimming down every unnecessary um, tabs and clutter so I can focus on the workflow. Um, Also, let me know if I should zoom in a little bit. I'm not sure how it looks on the other end. So our recent pretty robust development was about the social system integration, and you may already know that it is um, done through our new SaaS product, Cheerio. So this is a unified API for all platforms. I will be saying a bunch of things that might be um, pretty much evident to you, but if someone stumbles on this video or someone from the community rewatches, then they may have not heard about them. So yeah, we have this product, although we are not currently marketing it too aggressively, and I could say like not at all, but we will, because this is a very neat little product. So the really inconvenient part of managing social media through API is that every platform has a different API, and also every on most of the platforms you need special permissions to post. So you need to apply through a developer account, for example, on Meta or LinkedIn or X, and they need to approve your use case, your they will require like privacy policy and terms and a bunch of things that are very uncanny and not very fun compared to like development. So this is what I have done: registered the developer account on all of these platforms and requested to use the API so that me and my customers can just connect accounts and start posting through my platform. And this can act like middleman between a SaaS application and these social media platforms. So there can be multiple different solutions that use this trio, like this thing that will unify the requests and channel it towards the platforms. Yeah, so once that was done, I have integrated that into Aveiro. So here I can create new posts. These will be saved as drafts, and like here, drafts can be then reviewed. Um, Actually, yeah, so you can approve, reject, delete, or even leave a comment on them. I will show that soon. And then they will be scheduled to be posted at a date. And if I come here, like these are my scheduled posts. I have 5 posts scheduled right now, and I can see that one of them is for tomorrow 3 p.m. Um, August 20 to 1 p.m. They have captions and even a first comment with a link that will lead somewhere. I can select which accounts I want them posted on. Yeah, I may have had to start here in the account section, um, because first, of course, you need to connect your accounts. That's pretty simple. If you are logged in with your user on Threads or Instagram, you will get a prompt to allow Trio to post on your behalf. Of course, you need to go through that, because if you don't approve, then the connection will fail. Yeah, you can. I'm reading the chat, so feel free to drop in anything while I speak, and also you can react. So I know that you are still here and still listening. Um, so um, I also have a published tab here where I can check my previous posts, and I can see um, like how they performed. Um, well, I am currently having some troubles with the data, because each time when we add new features, I need to reconnect my accounts, but when I reconnect my account, then all scheduled posts will break, because they are like, when you remove an account and add it again, that ID that the posts were attached to don't work anymore. So this is very awkward. I'm trying to find a solution to be able to introduce these new features, because they need extra permissions sometimes. If they don't need extra permissions, that's fine, but for like data, they need some kind of um, extra permissions, and they just don't have that. So that's a tiny issue here. And I can't post comments on X. That's an API issue. But what's important is that I can see these issues marked with this little dot, and I can come here and see like what was posted and what wasn't. LinkedIn also has this same comment issue, because that's another API thing. But other than that, it works very neatly. So since using Aveiro for social media management, I'm not really opening. I use social media a lot less frequently, which I think is very nice, because it's like I think it's cancer. It's I really hate social media platforms and how they behave, and my goal on social media is actually to direct people towards my sites, or or to places like the Discord community where they can actually genuinely engage with me, talk with me, and have like valuable discussions instead of this slop that's going on social media. But unfortunately, none of us can get rid of social media because that's how you can distribute anything in today's um, twisted world. So if you create a product, you have to use social media because else you can't get to people and nobody will actually know like who are you, what you do, and like what kind of product you have. So you won't have customers. That's pretty basic thing. Um, but the interesting part of this whole thing is not that you can leave social media and come here and schedule everything. Of course, very that's a very nice benefit, I think. But more importantly, AI tools help us actually create a sensible narrative and like an arc for posting on social media. And this is what I want to present you right now and present it to anyone who is watching this stream. So my workflow starts with me putting in visuals. My workflow is very visual based, so I will have that's why I have this Figma file with all of my projects. So here is my personal site. It looks kind of bad because I haven't cleaned it up yet. And then I have the Journal of the Universe. This hasn't been cleaned up either, but it doesn't look that wrong actually. I have one for the store. Well, yeah. So these are the hobby projects, and these are experimental projects. And then these are my actual products. So I have a trademarks page for all of my trademarks because like we have a lot of different ideas and projects. So yeah, Doppler is the umbrella brand or the main brand behind everything. Once UI, we all know what Once UI is. These are both for Aveiro for different like for different use cases. Then there is Trio, Orbit, Framatic, the Design Engineers Club, and this is for my cooking blog, The Ordinary Kitchen. And I also have my avatar here because I want all of my assets to have like one canonical place. And these are all component based. So I have the word marks, I have the icons, they use variables from my design system. So this becomes themable. And then I assemble those into a trademark, and then favicons, and then covers, and then I have this board for exporting everything. And you can see that all of these are components, and this is the same component as this one. It's just one of them has like a theme applied. So this way, all of my assets between all of my projects are actually consistent, and I can easily update them. So I won't have to have those annoying issues that one of my products have like a different border radius for the favicon. Actually, currently they do, and that's why I have created this thing, because if I come to my dashboard, not the dashboard because that's been reworked and now we have the sites. So these are my hosted sites on Aveiro. I have around 30 or maybe even a little bit more I have the templates, of course. These are not like that frequently edited, but and of course some other projects like the sketchbook that's not updated as well, but almost everything else needs to be updated and maintained. um, and that's where I need some kind of automation, because this is like I think it's pretty um, like unrealistic to be able to manage and maintain 30 sites. If I update, for example, the Aveiro, um, this is the blog. No, this is the documentation. So the documentation has like at least 60 pages. This is a lot. Um, and I haven't even read the majority of it. And I haven't read it because I didn't have to. I know the structure, and I have set up a system that will consistently reproduce the structure based on the code base. And this thing lives in Cursor. And the idea is that a documentation in 2026, I don't think anyone wants to read that. Um, these are mostly made for agents, because we write less and less code manually. So what we want is for agents to be able to find your sites, your documentations, and be able to scrape them and understand them so they can implement your products. If the agents don't understand your product is mostly screwed if you are creating like a developer product. So how does that look like? I set up an automation in, for example, Cursor or Claude. These were set up in Cursor because at that point I used Cursor and I still have my subscription, so it's not like a preference or anything. That's just like how it was set up. And I have an update content on Vero blog and docs automation. And what it does is that it will push when like something is put on the main branch, then it will run this automation that will check all of these 3 sites on Aveiro through MCP and update them. So it has the URLs, it has some very basic instructions. It doesn't need to be very elaborate because it has access to the code base. So since it has access to the code base, it can very efficiently make the updates at the same time when the changes are actually being merged on the main branch and being pushed. So I just added some safeguards because AIs are not always very clever, and they used to, for example, rewrite the homepage, which had like a very nice structure, and it rewrote it into like a completely garbage structure. And so I had to add some safeguards. But other than that, all pages look like very consistent. And also I added also a safeguard to fix any broken link. This is very important because as APIs change and as like functionalities change, the documentation may get reorganized, and it just needs to update the links. And this is something that if I were to update the documentation, it would be a headache to like always keep in mind where I am cross-referencing pages, because like a documentation cross-references lots of pages. And just to update them manually, oh my god, that must be a nightmare. So this is one of the things that I like more this is the best thing of my workflow. If I didn't have this, I think none of my projects could work because I wouldn't be able to keep like a consistent documentation. And the same goes for a blog, because blogs don't need to be actually human written. Blogs just explain things without like um, like you don't need to be a writer to maintain a blog. You just need to understand the product and like what's happening with and around the product. Of course, it needs a little bit of more human intervention because blogs needs to be visuals. They are made for people, not bots. So I have to add some images and make sure that it is actually like digestible to humans. The animations, by the way, were made with Seedance that's integrated into Aveiro. Just thought I'd mention it. I really love Seedance. That's a great video model. So this is one of the um, main use cases uh, for Aveiro on the technical side. And then there is the personal aspect, because that's not social media, that's for bots and crawlers. And now we are getting closer to social media. So and I have mentioned our MCP, but I haven't really talked about what an MCP is or how it works. So basically, it is very similar to API. This is a tool that provides AI agents um, uh, like a way to access APIs and different functionalities on your website. I mean, on like the website where it runs on. In every tool, there is like these agentic tools. There is a way to manage these MCP servers. In Cursor, I have no idea where I added that, but I know where to find it in Cloud. So there is this little plus icon, and I can come here, manage connectors, because they call it connectors, and I can add a custom connector and just write https://www.avero.app/api /mcp/mcp. And basically that's it. I don't need these advanced settings because I have implemented authentication, like I added OAuth, so it will work. It will prompt me to sign into Aveiro when I add it, but I won't add it now because it's already here, and Claude can access that, which means that if I open a new chat, I can ask it what to actually do, what it can actually do with the Aveiro MCP. Similarly, if I come to ChatGPT, they have plugins, and I have Aveiro here as well. So I have to come here, connect plugins, browse all plugins, and here I can add a custom MCP. They call it plugins. The one caveat is that I need to enable like a developer settings here, and I'm not quite sure where. Like that should be in the settings somewhere. Security, developer mode, yeah, with the big red risk label. So since it's not listed on the public marketplace yet, because that's another thing, like it's not very easy to get these MCPs on public marketplaces. I can actually um, send it, or I can actually request it for OpenAI, I mean ChatGPT, but I can't do that for Claude because they have stricter policies and they like need an incorporated company with X number of employees and and whatever. But at least it doesn't require you to have like a developer mode enabled with a big red label, which might kind of scare away non-technical people, and ChatGPT users are usually not necessarily very technical users. So I think that most of them don't even understand this whole concept of these plugins. But I have added Aveiro, I have added Figma, GitHub, Gmail, Drive. So GPT is aware of lots of the things that I do and I have done. So I will just do a little test to demonstrate the functionality and like what it can do for me with um, with Vero. I will just open a new chat and say at Vero, please create a recipe on OK, and I will add my dinner that I have just photographed like 30 minutes ago. And we can, in the meantime, get back. So the MCP is able to list sites, templates, create sites, reorder pages, publish sites, list pages, get page, create page, update page, delete, list collection, do this bunch of same things to collections. Um, Yeah, it even has an authoring guide that it needs to read, so it creates sensible content and uses native components that can be used in Aveiro. So it can add an OG card or collection. It knows what these are and what are the component APIs for them. It can even upload media, which is very interesting because we have image generation in Aveiro. So I could come here to the AI chat and like yeah, add a bunch of things. But so I could generate images here. But of course that works based on the OpenAI API. So we are paying for that. But I already have like a ChatGPT subscription. So when it uploads media through the ChatGPT, then this won't cost me money over the ChatGPT subscription that I'm already paying. So I think this is a very nice way to use the resources that we already have, and we are using the GPT-2 model. So in Aveiro and in ChatGPT as well. So it's the same model, it's just cheaper this way. And more efficient as well because um, it will return the image. I can be on my phone prompting what to do for me, and it will make the update and upload it to Aveiro. Okay, so that's pretty neat. It has a skill to generate ordinary kitchen recipes. So the skill is like get it contains some basic instructions like open a recipe, analyze the cover and recreate that with touching up this image in GPT-2 and creating like a very aesthetic image. And then of course, usually I will add my own photo just to show like how it actually looks like. Pretty neat. It also slightly touched up my own photo to better match the like the format of the blog because my photo was very noobish. The lighting, the lights and the crop is completely off. So it kind of fixed that without being too dramatic with the touch up. So it still feels real. Thank you. I think the dashboard update that we have recently launched on Aveiro was very like I really like how it turned out. I think it's becoming more and more powerful and giving a better overview of the of your activities on the platform. If you have any suggestions, by the way, feel free to send messages through the feedback form on the platform. We are reading that daily, so you can always tell us what you think or what you'd like to have in the platform, and we will try to add them. But yeah, I really like this whole thing. Um, so the getting back to social media. So since all of these different things are connected to my ChatGPT, ChatGPT is basically my social media manager. I can access anything and everything that I have visually created or thought about. And this is interesting because ChatGPT has a very good context of who am I, what am I doing, what are my businesses, what is my philosophy. And you can imagine that with all of this context being in a single place at an entity that's purpose is basically to synthesize data, um it can, and like with automations available, it can create very coherent and consistent um content for any kind of platform. Yeah, I could even ask some more personal questions like about my struggles or how I lived or how I felt in the past 2 to 3 years working on my businesses, because ChatGPT, well, I have talked a lot with ChatGPT about my business, and basically lots of different aspects of my life and how I think. So at this point, this is the most accurate harness for me, and um a very efficient communicator, because I am good with creating things. As you can see, I have all of these different projects, but I am not very good at communicating them. Not because it's hard to communicate, like, or hard to get the visuals. I have way too many. It's just I open social media and I don't know what to post. How this will all make sense to someone who doesn't live inside my brain? So that's why I need this whole synthesis and like whole planning, so that this can be put on an arc that just makes sense. Um, my system is still not perfect, so I think I could do better um, on the side where this whole thing turns into one coherent narrative, because sometimes I still feel that my social media presence is a little bit ad hoc, and um, it's definitely getting a lot more consistent and better since ChatGPT is managing it. But but I feel like it's still not where I want it to be. But enough of all of this talking, and let's just do some demonstrations, because I think that's always a lot more fun. Um, so I will actually ask it, since I have a bunch of drafts here, to just make some updates, because you know that I'm working on Framatic and I want to release it, and I have just recognized that I have very few posts scheduled about Framatic. Okay, I have this, but this is just that I have bought a domain name. Um, Development of this platform was so quick that once this like when this thing is going live, that I have bought the domain name, the platform is already live and it's already usable. So you can like go through the whole flow of Framatic, render videos, buy the paid plan, and do anything. It's just it lacks a little bit of UI polish. Um, but anyway, I will get back here. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention Aveiro and ChatGPT is sometimes a little bit dumb, and can't access the MCP if I don't actually mention. Bro, I completely broke it. No, it's working. And we can see little Quasar working very hard on this task. Okay, I will see if I can find you something fun in my sites. Yeah, ChatGPT is sometimes a little bit dumb, but 99% of the time it's uh, extremely smart. The funny thing is that ChatGPT is dumb at basic things and very advanced at very complicated things, which brings this very funny feeling. This shouldn't be here. That this was just a test. Yeah, Design Engineers Club website. I tried to bring most of my landing pages and projects here so that I can maintain them easier, because at one point I had like 20 projects deployed on Versa and it was just a nightmare to update them whenever some security issues were found in Next.js or anything that happened. Welcome. Let's go. Okay, so the task for ChatGPT was to create captions for 3 of my posts, and we can see how it did. Oh yeah, they are already in the review. Screenshots undersell software. So I built Framatic, give it the product URL, and it turns the live interface into a cinematic video ready for the feed. The entire clip was generated from Aveiro. And it will publish to Instagram, Threads. I will also add X to the list. Um, yeah, and it will publish to my personal accounts. That's pretty neat, right? So I can actually just save this and before, okay, tomorrow. That's nice. It even scheduled for tomorrow. Since I told it that it is like I'm preparing for the launch, it didn't include a first comment with the URL, but it usually does, because that's part of the system prompt. So that's something that I haven't showed yet. I have a schedule. Yeah, this is a pretty important thing actually to show. I have 4 different schedules running. So there is this funny inbox triage. This basically cleans my Gmail every morning, so it will put everything in my spam that seems like a cold outreach. I have the weekly newsletter drafts. So I send out the Design Engineers Weekly on each Thursday. So on Wednesday, it will prepare a draft for me based on data from all of my blogs and projects. And then I have this that runs every morning, and it will create like it will track the social queue, and it will schedule posts. It will even create text-based posts from scratch, and it has a system prompt. Where can I check what's actually the prompt? Okay, because that's just the latest run, but I think it would make sense to have like an edit here. Do I? Oh, okay. I just had to update the chat, and here is the prompt. So this is a little bit long, but it wasn't written by me. I always tweak it, and during conversations, when we have an idea I will tell ChatGPT to update the prompt, to update, for example, my newsletter automation or my social automation with an idea. When I created a new series for my personal site, so I have the writings, and recently we introduced that we can expose newsletters that we have sent with Aveiro on sites. I actually had to rewrite the social media daily run, so it will check for newsletters and if it can like extract something useful for them from them. So at this point, ChatGPT does a lot of heavy lifting for me. When I wake up in the morning, I already have a bunch of things ready for me to review, and approve. Usually, I just have to make small changes. Like every day, I spend about 15 to 20 minutes with social media, and that results in like 2 to 3 posts every day, and it's not crazy. Um, with better automations and workflows, I think this uh, the time that I'm spending organizing these things and approving them will um, be less and less, and the output will be more and more, which I think is very interesting. Also, our stack is very integrated, so whenever we update anything in any of our products, like for example, if I add a new platform to Cheerio, then my social media presence will be extended with new platforms, and we are planning to add Mastodon and Blue Sky. So if I update the API with these two things, then I can just create an account then and start posting. And actually, that's what I'm doing on X as well. So I just connected my X account, not this, but I mean this one too, but I haven't posted much here, but my personal account. And I don't use X. I mean, I don't come here like maybe once a month. And I just realized that I'm like posting on X. They don't really reach anyone. Like they have very low impression, and that's why I'm not really invested in using X. But if I just have to tick that checkbox on the platform, it is doing that automatically for me, and it is accumulating reach, and maybe one day it will be 50, other day it will be 100, 200, who knows, maybe one of these posts will just blow up and get viral and get like 10,000 views or whatever. But the important thing is that I don't have to bother with this whole thing. X is also cancer, so I don't want to spend time there. Yeah, and also X builds the API usage, so that's something that no other platforms do. So you actually have to pay for each API request on X. That's really wild because sometimes it can be even expensive. So let's do something fun because Div has been here for quite a while, and I know that he has a very nice portfolio. Oh yeah, this is a very sick portfolio. So I will just come to Pragmatic and create a new project. Not really, because I have the 20x cloud plan, and it is just and the cloud plan it gives me so much resource that's very hard to consume, so that's why I at this point I don't have to. But it's for I still have like 5 months left from that, and afterwards I will either have to pay $200 a month or come up with something better. I didn't pay for it. Yeah, so I'm still working on loading states and polishing this UI a little bit. So you will have a better feedback loop, because there are two parts of this flow that needs a little bit of wait time. So that's um, capturing the site and checking the theme. Yeah, and I will use this template that I have previously created because that's a full page template and it will just look nice. How are you guys, by the way? Feel free to write in the chat like, how's your day? Div just got his lappy back and we are very happy for that. Okay, that doesn't look completely. Oh, just 1 second. I got a phone. Yeah, we will integrate some kind of AI probably at one point. So you just add your URL, and basically that's it. Okay, I will start this render because I'm not here to demonstrate the platform. I mean, I think it's kind of nice that you see it from like closer. You can come to like different places and do some adjustments. Like, wow, how sick is that? Oh, Laurent, you built it yourself. Wow, that's so cool, right? Yay! Oh, yeah. Look at that. We can even, yeah, what else could we add? We can even look, select the depth of field. Wow, that's just amazing. Have you seen like something better in the past years? Wow. Motion intensity. What? Wow. Okay, the render will take a little bit of time, like 5 minutes. So we will get back here. Oh yeah, and what you can do once it's done, you can publish it, and then it will automatically appear on the Framatic homepage. So I really hope that you will create some sick captures for your sites or someone else's sites. Yeah, maybe I think that's a good idea. I don't have to create for like my sites. I could just drop in any sick site. What's the best site that you know? Let me know. Like, what's the absolute best? No animations because that's a static capture, so that's just a screenshot. But I want something epic. Okay, that's boring. Linear. Okay, let's try linear. I think they still know some basic things about design. Okay, that will do that. Automate life. I'm doing that actually. It's kind of wild that everything I do incorporates AI to some extent, and usually to a very high extent. So the code that I deliver is like 95% written by AI. My content is mainly written by AI. And I think maybe at this point you can recognize it. You can say that, okay, I have a feeling that it was written by AI, but not because it sounds like AI, or that it sounds like mm, every other AI post, but because it is so consistent and it is so like elaborate. Um, AI to me feels a little bit my extension of my brain. I have a chat with ChatGPT and I ask questions, and it will give me a very nice reasoning. The reasoning that I always like what I think, but I haven't actually verbalized. That's very strange because I will read a blog post about a topic that I have published, and that's my point of view, and that's my perspective, that's my philosophy. But I haven't actually wrote that. And it is like, um, I mean, yeah, it's a little bit, it's a strange feeling. Yeah, anyway, I will, in the meantime, track back to my projects and see how this render is doing. Well, pretty crap. So the thing is that I would need, well, I will need to upgrade machines and run it on a little bit stronger machines, but I'm currently still evaluating like what kind of capacity do we need and such. Yes, yes, that's completely sensible, and I think that's very important what you are saying, because I also feel a little bit bad about providing all of my personal information to ChatGPT or OpenAI. This is not like Meta that they know like my interest or they have a JSON object of me. They literally have everything as text-based content and at a private company, and this is just crazy how much they know about me and how much they know about everyone who uses ChatGPT. And I've been using it very heavily since it was launched. So at this point, I have like 3 years of accumulated data and knowledge about my life, and this is a double-edged sword because at like from one point of view, it's like the best harness over my life and over my activity. And on the other side, it is very scary to think about what they can use it for. And I also think that this whole AI thing is in its golden era. It is like social media in 2020, 2012 or 14, when it was actually good and we liked it and it was genuinely an innovative and good place to be at. And currently, everything goes down the enshittification route. And why I think it's inevitable is that, basically capitalists, they need to make money, And the only way to make money is to make it like shitty, because we all know that currently their business model is not sustainable. Yeah, and of course they can also do that. And this is kind of the worst thing about any like controlled platform. So for example, this has happened to lots of big creators. We all know that there were Twitch streamers or Facebook accounts, Instagram accounts who published some content and they were banned. Sometimes they didn't even explicitly like went against the policy. Maybe it was like gray zone or something like that, or it was just a complete misunderstanding. But yeah, you have like hundreds of thousands of followers, and the next day you can't log into your account, and that account made your living basically. And I won't say that you have to start over, because of course if you have 100,000 followers or like 1 million, they will come back. But if you have like 10k followers and it's a niche market, if somebody closes your account, that can seriously harm your like your status and uh, your business, because 10,000 people, like from that 10,000 people, maybe a few percent will come back, and a few percent will actually recognize that you are gone, and the rest will not. And news and articles will not write about you because you were just a tiny fish. Of course, if somebody has like millions of followers, maybe it's even good marketing for you, because a bunch of people will talk about that you got banned, and when you come back finally, you may even have more subscribers. But guys, have you actually seen this? I mean, this is crazy. I don't even know like um what technologies and what sorceries are running in the background. Oh, I will send you the Doppler trademark. Actually, you know that I have you know now that I have this huge file with all of my trademarks, and maybe you would like to get that, and also maybe update the next bench as well. But this is just rad. That's that's crazy. So many projects. Um. Oh, we are still stuck here. What the fuck? That, so that this happens when I'm talking. I'm just talking and talking and talking, and um forget to actually show you the value. So now I could publish it to the feed, but I won't, because I'm sure that this first um, road will lead here. Yeah, I thought that you are using a bunch of external libraries because you have so much custom things going on, but everything feels very coherent and very like handmade. So not like a generic smash of different shiny and um like gimmicky tools, but actually like one system. The motion, the animations, and everything just feels like it's coming from a single place, even though it's not. Yeah, what I still wanted to do is to download it. And then you come to Aveiro. Oh yeah, our Framatic integration doesn't work that well as of now, but it's gonna be fixed in the next couple of days. But anyway, I recommend using Framatic from the website because that exposes a lot more features. This is mainly for people like for non-technical people to be able to create like some um, animations and visuals without trying too hard. So yeah. And I will save it as a draft and come back here. Okay, pretty nice. Oh, I know what the Raycast has. The Raycast also has a very nice website. And yeah, it has like an animation. I think that's like something that you might something that might come handy. So when you are making a capture, there is an option delay. So if you set like 5000, that's like 5 seconds, then the animation will render before the capture starts. I think it's very neat for these kind of use cases. And also there is other like there are a bunch of settings here to hide floating elements, hide cookie banners, auto scroll. So on websites, there is like these scroll triggers, like when content is fading in and you scroll to some point, and if it doesn't get reverted, you can make it scroll through the whole page to trigger all of these things and then create a capture. And also, yeah, another great thing is that you can log in to websites. So if uh, I won't be, yeah, what which one is that? Yeah, I won't be able to log in because this is not a gated website like an authentication gated website. But if you had like an authentication, I could log in here in the browser, and the session would be stored securely, and then you could capture even dashboards. So that's how I did this, for example, of Aveiro. So basically, I think with this workflow, it's very easy to turn anything into content. That's why I really like it, because you have you just have a thought like about technology, about AI, anything, and you start chatting with ChatGPT. I don't know if you are doing that, but I do that constantly. Like when I have some interesting thought, I will just write it to ChatGPT to elaborate it, to give me more ideas that I can build up on. And whenever I have like a very nice thing going on, like um, I don't know, like even some personal insight or something about how technology is evolving, what effects will it has on society, on different generations. I can just mention Aveiro and tell it to, hey, please just integrate it in next week's newsletter. Please just create a draft for my blog, or add this workflow to the, I don't know, the skills section of my site. And that's how I am producing like a crazy amount of uh, content that is if you read them, I know that there are very few people who actually get there and read those. I personally do, because these are like these help me train my mind and see the like this is how I look at the world. Yes, it's very addictive as well. So once you have all of these systems running and doing things, all you can think about, okay, how can I extend it? How can I make it better? And you get into this loop when you are optimizing and creating and doing all of these things. Okay, actually the analytics is not broken. I just need to reconnect my accounts, because here is one of my experimental accounts and it is working. Like I can see that person has viewed it. So if you connect your accounts, you will see real statistics, and it these statistics can be reached by the MCP as well. So you can even say like, what were my top posts last month, or what were my top posts overall? Can you recreate them? You can also ask like, what were my best open rates? Can you analyze why they might have been my best emails? And then you can optimize subjects. You can create similar narratives, because these are very important things. So I on social media, I think the most important thing is narrative, because you can create the best product, but if you don't have a good story about that, nobody is going to be interested. And this is why many bad content gets so much attention, because those people actually can create good narratives, but they don't have good product. So, for anyone who is or will be watching this stream, this is my advice. First, create something that worth sharing, and then automate sharing that, not the other way around, because that's what most people are trying to do, to automate content, to automate everything, but they don't have the thing that is worth automating. And we are not here to like create slop for the internet, but we are here to actually create something that is worth sharing. And these can be even personal stories, so it's not just you need to create like the world's biggest product or something like that. You can create simple things, and you can share like genuine experiences and insights. um, what I think matters most is that it should have some kind of personal aspect. It's really hard to keep talking and do meaningful things in the background. So I know that my showcase and demonstration might have not been the strongest. Don't know like how it felt. Um, but yeah, I think these streams are a good experience for me, because I don't have too much pressure, because there is not like a huge audience here watching every word of mine. And I know that if I would rewatch this stream, I would feel a little bit awkward about my accent, my voice, and whatever. But it gives me some like an easy feeling that this is for, well, primarily it's for my close community, even though it's available publicly. But I know that it like won't reach at least too many people. Okay, yeah, it couldn't find that. Yeah, I could have been a little bit more specific, because I think it was looking at sites. Yeah. So that was like an epic fail. Yeah, and also it knows like my chat GPT actually knows you as a contributor of one's UI. Yes, it's kind of sad, but I think um ac- there is actually a way to create better systems. And this is a long-term goal for me. You know that I have been um interested in social platforms and making creating social platforms and making them better, and I still have this goal to fix social platforms. And now I actually have an idea. I don't really want to elaborate on that, like how I want to do and what I want to do, because we are very far from that. So that's it. This is my North Star, to fix social media, but this is a very long term goal because I don't have the resources and capacity and everything. But let's just say that I have an idea that I think can influence social media without having to battle with social media or having to act like a new social media platform that wants to fix social media, because this won't be like that. But yeah, of course it is related to Orbit, but it's not, but the premise is not that Orbit will replace social media. So that this is what like how much I can share right now, because I think this will be the story of like maybe next year or maybe even later. It's 5 second framatic video of it knows you by your name. Yeah, I think it analyzed the video, and I think you might have your name in the video. Oh yeah, so it can actually see uh analyze videos and frames. That's crazy. How much resource is that? Like, you upload the video and it will analyze frames and it will tell you about those frames. Yeah, so it knows that you helped me ship once UI 1.8. Actually, it's not that you helped me, but you actually wrote 1.8 or the majority of it. Okay, where are my, yeah. that that look at this context. This is something that I haven't said. I mean, I haven't talked with ChatGPT about you joining Doppler as an intern. What the fuck? Yeah, so I'm my mind is blown at this point because it is so accurate. It so accurately creates context and analyzes context and ties together things. Um, yeah, so tomorrow there will be a newsletter that I'm sending, and it is in the campaigns, and I haven't read what it has prepared for me. It hasn't prepared anything. What the fuck, bro, bro? Newsletter draft. Newsletter draft now. So I couldn't complete, not exposed. Okay. So I think that so this is really annoying with MCP and these different agentic tools. Sometimes they can access it, sometimes they can't. And if I open it in a new chat, then the new chat might not have all of the context, but that will be able to use it. Okay, okie dokie. Okay, what I haven't even read what I pasted. Actually, it is praising itself, but um it is not doing the task. I think that's probably because that was like a schedule and it's set on for the schedule, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's already set and I can only tweak the effort here. But I can still reference that. So that's weird. They have that as well. And I think that's their most compact model and so is the like the most blockbuster whatever. Sometimes I can't even tell the difference. Well, I hope it won't. Like, look, of it in this chat, it can access the site. I'm in the newsletter. It will check all page updates. So newsletter campaign details. It will retrieve a bunch of shit before actually making an update. And this is the wildest thing that if it was running on my own infra, if I were doing this right in Aveiro through an API, all of these will cost me like lots of money. I mean, I would be burning this much money whenever I'm chatting, whenever I'm making instructions. This is expensive. And this is what I'm afraid of. Like, how will this thing be ever profitable from a 20 USD plan? I think I'm literally, I think I'm burning hundreds of USDs per month on ChatGPT Plus, generating images, texts, using MCP heavily. By the way, Claude can edit videos. I'm not sure you know that, but if you drop a video and tell it what to do, like I dropped my video for a reel on Instagram, and I just told him to add an effect to that and time remap, and it knows how time remap. It can add effects, and yeah, here I'm dead, lying on the ground. Yeah, and I also used it to create like promotional videos. So the one that was for our product hunt launch, um, yeah, but it was worth it, right? Like the pet. This was actually, this whole thing was edited by Claude. The text with the blur animation, the colorful blob is a PNG. I just added the images, and the background is also a PNG. But um, like this perspective tilting and everything is done by Claude. The strange thing about Claude is that it doesn't have an IDE, so you code only with prompts. You don't even see the code base. You can't see the code base. I mean, maybe yeah, you can see the diffs and everything, but you can't edit them. You don't really have a file tree to see like what's going on in your code base. I think Claude is not even capable of generating images. So if we look at like that, then it is extremely bad at generating images because it just can't. Yeah, and this is the funny part. Like when they are thinking and then running commands and tools and making edits, and then you jump to the other tool and you start from there, and at one point you have like 15 agents running in parallel, and you don't even know like what's going on. It's like a okay, thank you. That's great. I didn't ask for this, but okay. It just grabbed the frame from the video. Okay, so the draft exists on Aveiro, so shall we take a quick look at that? If you lied, if you lied to me, I will find you. But no, code is getting cheaper, attention isn't. Sometimes hours, yeah, save time does not simply disappear, the bottleneck moves. This week I kept running into the same scarce resource from different directions, attention. Noise gets cheaper. 2. AI makes it easier to write code, publish content, and contact people. This is useful. I wrote this week about how the feed is teaching us what to want. Yeah, so there are some modifications that I still need to make on these, and this is the most important part because I don't want AI to write newsletters and blog posts for me without me actually reading them, because I think this is just wrong. I mean, it can make mistakes and it can make stupid things. I still want to have like an editorial freedom in all of this. Um, oh yeah, it can generate image in that way. Like yeah, with code, it can. It just doesn't have like a text to image capability. So this is what it is talking about. Um, Ariane told me that my cover images looked really bad, and I really appreciated that he was honest about that. Um, Let me just show you. Not like yeah. So something like this, clearly AI generated, and this was like a better version. I had others that looked even more AI generated. Yeah. So these um they weren't consistent and they looked pretty bad, to be honest. I just wanted to have some images and covers, but he was right. So I created like I tried to create a bunch of different version until I settled with something that doesn't look very cheesy and looks um looks like something that I can reproduce. It's still not perfect, but I think it's much better than how they looked. I actually like the ones that don't really include like humans because looks a little bit cheesy, but that's cute. I think that's cute. Consistency is not like 100% still, but yeah, so I think this has like some kind of yeah, so first some kind of nice composition, but it also has like a story. It has like that nice composition where you can tell that it's telling you something. It just matches the whole content uh of the blog, so it reads the content and then creates a cover for that, not just based on the title. But yeah, the feed is teaching us what to want. I think this is a really nice piece because this is basically about what, like, the people you surround yourself with will shape who you become. I think this is true. And this is especially true for social media, and it is really hard to control who you surround yourself with on social media because the algorithm decides that for you, and the algorithm will decide that based on like your impulses, like your monkey brain that's that sees like something attractive and will get hijacked. But you don't want to be your life to be shaped based on that. I mean, I don't want to, but we can't evade that because we just see um like 3 seconds of a video or just a couple of seconds, and by our unconsciously we will decide if we want to continue watching it or not. Yeah, so this is what this piece is about, and I think this is interesting. These are very text based posts on my blog. So this is what it was referencing. Yeah. Yeah, and I also like I have already mentioned that I had to set up that automation about the cold outreach emails that I was getting like 5 every day. And it's very strange that they are using AI to write those emails. And then I'm using AI to filter them out. So we are burning capacity to be neutral because the effect is the same if they didn't write that email at all. But it has costed us money and resources. That's really weird. Yeah, so many things I have worked on this week. Yeah, yeah, that's that's another really funny story. I haven't even dug deeper into how they are doing that. Like, what's the method that they use to add watermark to text? If I write that text in like by hand, I suppose that won't get watermark. Like, what stores the watermark? I genuinely don't understand the technology behind that. That's just text. And there is a very good joke that that tool that removes the watermark created by Claude was probably also written by Claude. Oh, really? That's interesting. The thin space character, but it's really easy to hijack. I mean, to remove with very simple tools. But yeah, I'm not sure. Like, w- I think there was a time when AI texts were really bad, when you could very easily tell that that's just AI slop. But currently, I can't always tell because there are signs of that. But look, it didn't use like the long dash. Maybe it knows. Maybe it knows that people are searching for the M dash. Let's see what an AI text detector says. I'm sure that it will be a very high percentage because um, even Yes, yeah, yeah. I so that it will have something like that. Yeah, so 80%. The pacing is like I think the pacing is still like comes off as AI, how it like phrases sentences, but this is definitely not the same as if I come to like LinkedIn, and I'm sure there will be a bunch of shit over there that screams of AI slop. Yeah, these this is so terrible. Like, no back and forth, no legal headache, one signature. So fucking bad. Who speaks like that? Who speaks like that? Really? Wow. Yeah. So it was interesting because there was a community member and I had to write him a letter for his college application, and I wrote it with AI. And he told me that we have to we can't use AI written text for a college application. So I had to rewrite it. I kept like the core of the text, but rewrote that. And he came back that it still um, marks like as AI with a very high percentage. So I rewrote that again, removing everything, even adding like um, errors in the text, like grammatical errors and such. And he came back and told me that it's still um, it is still marked as AI written in the detector. But at that point, I couldn't write it, like I couldn't modify that any further because that was like something that I would write. And then he came back with an edit and told me that this actually is like 0% AI on the detector. And what's funny is that it was full of grammatical errors, repeated words. It was so bad that basically the difference between AI generated and human content is that one is like concretely bad. Yeah, yeah. This is how like LinkedIn is AI content without actual background. When you tell an AI to write some um some viral post without actually on some certain topic without actually providing it context or providing it a personal twist or insight. Yeah, I think basically you have to um you have to be really bad at writing to be a human writer, and then nobody will question that. But you can, I'm sure you can train an AI to write like as a like someone with very poor grammatical skills would. But you can now like report as seems like AI slop. But it should be a big button here, like this is fucking AI slop, so I don't have to come here. That's complete bullshit. I'm not buying this shit. What this guy is saying. I'm sure that this maybe there are a few interviews like that, but I doubt that that's the practice. Oh yeah, that's very interesting that they have this AI slot button because you have a button that produces AI. Oh, you need to be a subscriber. Like you need to pay extreme. I'm not sure. Like if you have checked how expensive premium is on LinkedIn, as little as 70 USD per month. As little. They are. They must be crazy. Yeah, that's a paid feature, so you need to pay to generate AI slopes so users can mark that as AI slope. Makes sense. That's a perfectly legit business model. Yeah, anyway, I'm just yapping right now, so I think um the valuable part of this stream might be over because my brain is cooked and I talked so much and at this point I'm just yapping about shit that annoy me. Yeah, sometimes I also um use that trial, but it last time it forgot to send me a reminder and wanted to charge my card for 150 euros. And I was like, what the fuck? You told me that 1 week before the trial ends, you will email me, and it didn't. And I was surprised because upset it upsold like two different subscriptions for free for 1 month. So that was like one of them costed like I don't know 80 euros and the other one 70. And I was like, what the fuck? And I didn't get any value. That's the most interesting part that it gave me features that I didn't even need. Yeah, I need to use all of these brain modes all at once. And it's sometimes it's cooking my brain that while I'm waiting for development for to finish, I'm cutting a video and then I'm doing some designs in Figma and then doing something else in other tab, and it's just I'm having these 2, 3, 5 minutes where I'm focusing on a single task, then I'm off to the next one. And yeah, we had a call with Justin the other day because he told me that he doesn't really know what the fuck is going on. Um, because he went for a weekend, and during the weekend, I was like, what was it like the 16th? So that was 3 days ago, and I pushed like um these in even more, like I pushed all of that in like 2 or 3 days, and Justin just didn't understand. Like, bro, what the hell? And I completely agree with his reaction because it's hard to time box myself because like it's um I can't wait on AI to finish tasks. I mean, I would be just fidgeting or just waiting. So I need a new window where I do something useful in the meantime. So then that starts another task. And the other thing is that I have this constant flood of ideas. It is surreal, I think, to experience that I have sometimes so big ideas that I need to just tune them down and say that okay, I won't even focus on this for the next 6 months because that's just too much for now. This is for example the orbit project. Like I know that this is a very good project, something I want to get to, but this the timeline is just not right for that. Yeah, so something that you can do with the Figma MCP is to tell Figma that, for example, you have two frames, 16:9 and 3:4, and you can tell the ChatGPT automation to look at your Figma files through the MCP and look at these two frames, and when you add the new frame, create a post on Aveiro from them. So, and even you can say that uh, you will name them like you add the same name to this one and this one, and it can match it in a single post and decide like okay, Instagram needs the 3:4 crop, and the other platforms can use the 16:9 crop. So you so that's how you don't have to leave Figma and have your post scheduled inside Aveiro. Yeah, it makes sense. It actually does make a lot of sense. Maybe I will have to think about something to improve my workflow. Maybe in 6 months, I won't have to do any of that. Just wake up, see what my AIs did, and do a very quick review if the direction is right, and then just sign off, okay, you can do that, and they will just run on their own. And then the next day, I open them again and say okay, that's nice. And I can focus more on the content part, like the things that actually matter to me. mm, Describing the features, creating the roadmap, and I may maybe I won't even have to touch code. That just doesn't make sense to hire someone because what can be outsourced is already outsourced to AI. So I mean, for example, I can't hire someone to do my social media, and I tried it, and they just don't have enough context. So that was the first problem, that they didn't know what and how to write about. And the other thing was like nobody wants to do social media. It's really hard to find someone who enjoys that. So inside Figma, do I use ChatGPT? I'm not sure I understand the question. The Figma AI, do you mean like this? This is really bad. Yeah, I need. Yeah, basically, ChatGPT is kind of like an AI assistant to me. I tried to automate my whole production because there are these videos that I have built a fully automated AI company that does development for me and stuff like that. And I wanted to try if actually I can set it up. And the experience was like horrible. This is like I have it on my blog. It really just made so much slop that I didn't understand what was going on. It burned tokens at an incredible rate, and it produced very little code. It couldn't make decisions on its own, and it wanted my attention for everything. Even when I told it, if it seems like something that you can answer, do it for yourself. And then I recognized that maybe this is not the thing that I have to automate. And this is how I come to implement Trio and the social side of Aveiro. Because this is something that I actually hate doing. This is something that should be automated because that just sucks. This one, creating the product, designing the roadmap, making the important decisions, this is not something that you want to automate because this is your product. And if it is not managed by you, if the idea is not coming by you, then the product just won't be good. It won't be what you actually wanted to build. It can work, I think, if you define, maybe in the future, not right now. I don't currently. I don't think you can do it, but maybe even in a couple of months, or maybe 6 months, a year, who knows. I think it's quite plausible that that you will be able to do that and run an organization where you only sign off on the most important decisions. Yeah. Okay. It was fun to have this stream, and it was actually fun to talk during streams because I was just listening to some house music in earlier sessions, and it was actually a great way to have some fun conversation. So I think I will stick to this at least once a week, and um, create like a schedule with the same time every week, and hope more and more people will join us. um yeah, so thanks for being here, and have a good evening, day, night, afternoon, whatever, um like whatever time it is over there. And good night, you all.